Hey, Scoobies. This is Razzle. I'm Nicholas Brendan, or Xander from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and you're watching and ranking every episode and character in BTVS, better known as Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Have fun watching and ranking. Xander's number one.
Hello everyone, and welcome to RAZZLE. Another one of these Buffy ranking everything, ranking the characters, ranking the episodes. A little bit of a different format here because I'm here with my guest, so we'll see how this turns out. My guest for this episode is Montanna Wolf. Montana, introduce yourself and any connection you have at all to Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I'm Montana. I have no connection at all. Besides, my wife really likes it, and I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so he's never... you've seen no episodes?
None.
He's seen no episodes. So the first one he's coming into is the episode we're doing today, which is Season 1, Episode 6, The Pack. But the rules are as following. For me, we're going to rank every episode in the entire series and place it in a tier. We're also not going to spoil anything. So if this is your first time, going through the show, like Montana here, we're not going to be spoiling anything for the show. Two-part episodes are ranked individually. That's not important for this episode. Characters, we're going to rank every character that appears in at least 2 episodes and place them in a tier, and characters are ranked based on their appearances to that point in the series, so we don't take any future arcs into account. For you guys, the comment section will contain spoilers, so use your judgment down there, and the comment section is for discussion and not hate, so, I might have a different opinion than you, Montana might have a different opinion than you, we might disagree with each other, but we're going to keep it nice and friendly. You don't know much about this show, but Buffy is a vampire slayer, if that helps.
And all her friends.
That's
A
witty.
reportedly hot
Do you ever wonder she might beat you up?
I don't buy those bullies. I don't buy that would get into her head.
Yeah, probably not.
It's
I love
the
her.
zebra's mating. Thank
Oh,
you.
Allison
Very
Hannigan?
Oh, yeah.
exciting.
Yeah,
It's like
she's
the
great.
Heimlich with stripes.
Every time I hear her voice, I'm
Feeling that
expecting
you're
this one
not
time
in
at
the
band
field
camp.
trip. Buffy, this isn't just about looking at a bunch of animals. This is about not being in class.
Xander gets field
You're
trips.
right.
That's how I always felt with field trips. Didn't matter what we
Gotta
were
have
doing.
perspective.
Not in class.
Yep.
What's your opinion on zoos?
They make great places to go if you're trying to draw animals.
See, I'm an anti-zoo person. And not for any moral reasons. I just find them very boring.
Doesn't anybody
friends
have a
anymore.
camera?
It's just a place where you go to see animals pee.
Are you old enough to do that yourself now?
I go just for the monkeys to fling poop at me.
Oh, there's Principal Flutie.
Here with you for? What are you doing?
That tweed jacket. is
Nothing.
Did I ask you?
It's the 90s.
horrible. I know, but still.
Okay,
We're gonna check out the hyena house.
but I think it's off limits.
And therein, my friend, lies the fun.
So true.
You think going to the hyena house when it's off limits is that's the fun?
Going to anything
Well,
off limits is
let me
fun.
tell you, it's not gonna get good. You forget that this is a supernatural show.
Oh, that's true.
Playing with him as a cat plays with a mouse.
Is it with those guys?
I feel like that's my wife playing with me sometimes.
Well, every
I'm always
school
the
has
mouse.
them.
Oh, hold it. Are you blind or are you just illiterate? Because
Thankfully,
hyenas
there's
are very
somebody
quick to
paying
prey on the
attention who
weak.
works at the
We
zoo.
were just
You're
gonna.
not
I mean,
going
took them
in
long
there.
enough, though.
Anyone that does
My tribesmen told me that hyenas
This
are
guy's
capable of
full of
understanding human
helpful
speech.
exposition.
They follow you. When the
Kinda has a
campfire
creepy look to him,
dies,
though.
they call out to a person.
think
Once
it's
they
glasses.
separate,
Glasses freak you out? Or just circular glasses?
Well, I had circular glasses once. It's just his aren't actually circles. They're like weird little oblong shapes.
I don't see any hyenas.
Well, you're not really where you would see them. Oh, there's one.
Found one.
Okay, stop! It's not funny!
I like how he's like laughing
gonna
though
get
as
in
he's
my
like,
face?
ah, stop! Ah, this isn't
Are
funny.
they tickling him at the same time? Seems like so. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Something supernatural is probably going on. Oh, Xander too.
I'm not constantly monitoring his health, his moods, his blood pressure. 130/80. You got it bad, girl.
Willow has a crush on Xander. Xander has a crush on Buffy. It's a whole
I
thing.
dimly recall.
Now, does
but
Buffy
it
have a
hasn't
crush on
happened too
Willow?
lately.
No, unfortunately.
Of
Really
late.
the
It could
perfect
complete the
triangle.
triangle, but it didn't happen. Yeah, you can tell Xander's under some weird thing. But by the way, he just looked at that
Boy.
person.
Man, I need some food. Birds live on this.
Oh wait, Xander just turned into you then.
For real.
Okay, now
Such a
what?
casual.
Take a bath.
Yeah, you gotta give a casual
Yeah,
whiff to your friends
I
every once in a
often
while.
do.
Oh, there's the rest of the
Oh,
clique,
great.
the pack,
So we
if
get
you
monkeys.
will.
See what he did there.
Yeah, shouldn't you be hovering over the football stadium with Goodyear written on you?
That was actually a pretty good one.
Oof. I don't like that you're
Gets bad.
you're approving of that.
I'm not approving of it. It's just that was something that I would have found funny in my younger years.
Oh,
Like
rough, man.
30 seconds ago.
I don't think you're gonna get the message of this episode. It's a cool shot. And it adds to this mystery of like what could possibly be.
Yeah. Rat.
Lloyd,
Pig.
Herbert. Gave me. He's a fierce razorback.
I don't know if even in the 90s they had
Doesn't
live
look
animal
mean, Mr.
mascots.
Footy.
He's mean.
Obviously,
He's
I
ready
mean,
for
look at
action.
it. I mean, fortune to feed, free to eat.
This way.
Do you have a headache?
Yeah. I think I know what's causing it.
I don't
better.
think
It
you're
goes right to
you're
social
liking the jerk Xander.
Look, forget it, okay?
And that's
I don't get
that's
I
not
haven't-
good.
I haven't
I don't
seen
care.
the nice guy Xander, so I don't know.
Of course, when I was your
I love
age, I
this.
was surrounded by old guys telling me how much better things were when they were my age.
It's just a nice real moment from an adult to a teenager.
Dodgeball.
That was my favorite.
Was your
For
favorite
those of you
gym
that may
day?
have forgotten, the rules are as you dodge.
This gym teacher.
He's the real MVP. No, I'd have.
That guy should be out. That's the rules, right?
No,
If somebody
you
catches
catch-
it, you're out.
You catch the ball, the guy that threw it is out.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, clearly Buffy will be good at this.
I would hope so. But that's not gonna last long.
Oof, that was rough. That was just mean. I mean, I know, like, you know, it's a game, but, like, you know, that's your friend. You just whipped it at her.
Oh no, look, dude. If it's
Oh.
dodgeball, it's all in.
It's just Buffy now and the pack of mean people. Like a pack of hyenas, they pick on the weakest. Their whole mission is saying, like, oh, high school is hell, and they take, like, the metaphorical monsters of high school, the things that are, you know...
God, this game is brutal.
I just like that note from the coach.
love it.
But they take the metaphorical monsters of, you know, high school, like high school cliques in this instance, and turn them into literal monsters like hyena possession. This one's a little heavy-handed. Some of them are more subtle, but that's the general idea of the show.
So I won't be needing your math help anymore. Which means I won't have to look at your pasty face again.
Damn. You okay over there,
Pulled
buddy?
my soul out.
Oh, jeez.
Screw you, Xander.
That was bad even for me.
At the beginning, you said you love Allison Hannigan, so, you know, I knew that was gonna...
Oh, yeah, alright.
Even your soulless body is feeling hurt by that. How about that laugh, though?
That's pretty bad.
So here's something, if you guys have been following along, I was shocked to find out,
Xander,
this dude with the long hair here is the stoner from The Harvest. He's got like 10 seconds of screen time. We gotta rank this guy because he's in 2 episodes.
Sharing.
This is not making me feel good.
You're gonna make bacon.
Let's do lunch.
Do you think they're gonna make bacon, or do you think they're just gonna make raw bacon? You think they're gonna cook the pig?
I mean, nobody ever said I had to cook it to eat it.
I think you're getting the wrong message from this episode. I think you're like, hyena possession is a totally good thing.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hungry now.
You know when you're evil, you're kind of like, this is what you do. You just scratch your neck a little bit more, or your chest. That's what happens when you become evil. And you walk in slow-mo. This Lance character is really just around all the time. He's not been in any other episodes, so we don't have to rank him, thankfully.
Oh, okay, good.
Nor any of the members of the pack. I like 90s music a lot. Still scratching his face.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder how many times he's gonna do it.
I might put a counter out. Yeah. We'll look. It'll probably go back farther from when we started talking, but. You're liking the...
I'm not gonna lie, raw bacon though, it's pretty good.
They didn't show it, but they ate that pig. You know when you're evil... I like 90s. That's gonna be so much work for me in editing.
Maybe there's something wrong with me.
What are you talking about?
I feel like I could cry.
Come on.
You feel like you could cry?
It's not
Yeah.
peeking
It's
over.
Allison Hannigan.
It
Anytime
is
she cries,
absolutely
it
Allison
pulls it
Hannigan.
out of you.
Well, otherwise all his spare time spent lounging about with imbeciles.
It's bad, isn't it?
It's devastating. He's turned into a 16-year-old boy. Of course, you'll have to kill him.
Serious? They prey on the weak. I've heard that somewhere.
I think I
Xander
said
has
it.
been acting totally goofy ever since we went to the zoo. Him and Kyle and all those guys,
How
they
are
went
we
into the
friends
hyena
then,
cage.
if I'm preying on the weak?
Oh God,
Are you
that
praying?
laugh.
Oh, that.
Are you saying that Xander's becoming a hyena?
This is
I've
the second
never heard
episode
of,
in the last few that Buffy has come up with the right answer, and Giles has been like, no, there's no way that could possibly be the case. And he's supposed to be the expert.
Get my books. Look stuff up.
Kid saw you outside Herbert's
I
room.
like Principal
You're
Flutie.
busted. Yeah, you're
I
going
think he's
down.
a good principal.
How is Herbert? Crunchy.
I would imagine they cooked
That's
him.
it. My office.
No, I think it's
right
just
now.
bones.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm going with the assumption cooked
I
bacon.
don't think they cooked him. I don't think they cooked him.
I was trying to give him a
You're
little
gonna
bit
have
of
so
hope,
much
but-
detention. Your grandchildren will be staying after school.
I love Principal Flutie.
A sect of animal worshippers known as primals. They believe that
Exposition.
humanity, consciousness.
They always
the
put
soul is
Anthony
a
Head, who
perversion
plays
of
Giles, in
dilution of
charge
spirit.
of giving the real, like,
them, the animal state is
explanation,
holy.
exposition
They're
stuff,
able
just
through
because
transpossession
he
to-
can
to,
usually make it interesting,
draw
you know?
the spirit
He's
of
usually the guy who
animals
has to
into
explain the supernatural.
And then they started acting like hyenas.
I don't understand. What
I
page
gotta
was
find
she looking
Xander.
at? The
I don't
left
know,
or
it was
the
kind
right
of like,
one?
it was sort of split down the middle.
Xander.
Not gonna lie. He's got a cute, evil smile.
Been waiting for you to jump my bones.
No.
Seen some sick things.
Oh. Okay, he's just helping him out.
Yeah.
What a nice guy.
I'm sorry.
Maybe not.
I don't, well, she apologized.
That is it.
So, oh, that.
Do you know how
that
long
face.
I've waited until you stop pretending that we aren't attracted?
Alexander, I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah,
Now you want to hurt me?
I know he's under possession.
Slayer. I like it when you're scared.
This is never gonna be
The more I
good.
scare you, the better you smell.
I mean, I think the thing that's most horrible too is like knowing that if it was anybody other than Buffy who could handle herself, this would be going rather poorly and that's rough. That was a real deep scratch, actually. Okay. Yeah, they eat
In the arms of the angel.
So our ranking of Bob Flutie will be the final ranking for Principal Bob Flutie for
Hurry
the
up,
rest
we
of the
gotta get
show.
him locked up somehow before he comes to.
Oh my God, Xander, what happened?
I hit him.
What?
A desk. He tried his hand at felony sexual assault. They didn't hurt him, did they?
They ate him.
Kudos to him who has to deliver that line and not laugh.
Yeah.
The most ridiculous sentence.
That zookeeper could help us. Maybe he didn't quarantine those hyenas because they were sick.
Maybe he
Ding,
knew
ding,
something.
ding.
Very astute, Buffy. Why is she so much smarter than Giles so
Hey, come with me,
far?
Alexander.
I had a pocket.
A dress with a pocket, I've heard, is like the most important thing for women.
I mean, I can see why, but like, it blended so well.
She's acting a little bit too scared, though. Oh, no.
No, she's not. She's jumping.
They're about to serve baby back ribs.
Oh, that was a horrible joke.
That's a lot of drool.
Too full to to run.
That's good. I didn't want to see them eat a baby.
Willow.
I'm not you. I'm not evil.
How are you feeling?
Is he back to normal?
Is he?
I don't know. Is
resting?
the cure just hitting them all with desks? Because I feel like that could be
that
done.
works in the Avengers.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm so dangerous, how come she left you alone with me?
I told her to.
Why?
A lot
I
of
know
good
you've
development
been
for Willow in this scene, actually.
And I wanted to be here to see if you were still you, Xander. Now I know.
Good on you, Willow.
The students
Someone
have
in
been
the school.
possessed by
I
You're right.
definitely heard that, yeah.
What's gonna happen to your kids?
You're still unsettled by this guy's glasses or anything
We know
else?
that it involves.
Yeah, it's just the glasses.
Predatory act and some kind of symbol.
Predatory
They
act.
need to be perfect circles for
Of
me.
course. That makes sense. I'll meet you there. We can begin the rituals.
Well, we can guarantee you one of them.
They've never been scary to me.
Yeah, they're not really creepy.
I never bought them as intimidating.
Are they Spider-Man?
But this is a callback to earlier when the guy was like, "Oh, you know, they call your name.
Yeah.
They can track you and learn your name." Of course, it's not really that impressive that these students know her name.
Yeah, I mean, they go to school. Yeah, but I mean, at the club, they were all
Breakfast
like...
Club. Their lighting is about as good as ours is right now.
You could smell a hot dog from like 40 feet away, but you couldn't smell her.
I think they're getting stupider. You guys go to the zoo.
I don't know what gave her the impression they're getting stupider, though.
Yeah, I don't know. But I would have really laughed my butt off if she just opened the door and Xander was still standing there.
Be an issue if there weren't. Yeah, I still don't buy them as scary. Even in this scene where they're supposed to be scary.
Didn't your mom teach you?
Pun later. That kid could be getting eaten.
You know what you want.
Gross. Also, I don't buy that the rest of them wouldn't just eat the kid.
Yeah, because the kid is obviously weaker than Buffy. Why would they go after the strong one?
Where's the zookeeper?
He must be inside.
Yeah, he's not.
Go ahead and prepare things. You just warn us when you hear.
Oh, you think he's a hyena?
He could be. Tell me Giles gets possessed.
Zookeeper.
Gosh, you really want more possession. We're close to the end of the episode, dude.
Oh, are we really?
Of course.
Uh-oh.
The children first came. Why would you...
Yeah. You were right to be suspicious. And Giles gets knocked out again. A running theme in this show.
Giles, dude, you need to work on your fight game, man.
You'd think.
I like how he's training Buffy, though, but he clearly can't hold his own on that one.
No, that's just a regular old dude. With a stick.
Predatory act, remember?
Right. You'll pretend to slash my throat and put the evil in the hyenas?
Something like that.
Oh. Guess he didn't need to slash her throat. He's just gonna take a bite of her forehead.
Yeah.
So we get a good Xander moment. He does go immediately jump to protect Willow before Buffy can even get there. That's good. Doesn't forgive, you know, attempting to sexually assault your friend, but... So Buffy's not allowed to kill humans, but I mean, like...
The hyena is.
But did she kill this dude?
No, the hyena definitely did. He
She threw him in a pit. Like,
yeah, but
if you throw somebody off a building and they fall to their death, you can't be like, the height killed them.
No, but she didn't kill them. It wasn't by her hand. She just threw him in a pit. Just so happened the hyena was hungry.
Oh, way to go, Giles. Super helpful.
It shouldn't be too hard to find a new principal.
No, of course not. Just, you know, the last one got eaten by dogs.
I ate a pig? Was he cooked and called bacon, or... Oh, my God.
So Xander apparently does not remember any of this.
I mean, I didn't do anything else. Did I around you guys anything embarrassing?
Nah. Not at all.
So here...
Come on, we're gonna be
Okay,
late.
hold on. We'll get there in a second.
I've been reading up on my animal possession, and I cannot find anything anywhere about memory loss afterwards.
Did you tell them that?
Your secret dies with me.
Okay,
Shoot
so...
me, stuff me.
I'll go on a rant at the end of the episode, because we're right at the end. But... I hate that. I hate that so much.
That Giles had his back on that one.
And not just Giles, it's both of them. That's incredibly shitty. Okay, so, and here's the thing. I feel bad because the last 3 episodes I've been ragging on Xander, but, like, this is one I really hate, and I really hate it on Giles as well. Because what is being said here is that both of them know that he attempted to sexually assault Buffy. And we know that it wasn't his fault. And that, I don't blame him because he was clearly possessed. There was clearly an issue there. And we'll, you know, whatever. However, at the end, when we know that Xander knows and Giles knows that he has no memory of it, and he refuses to apologize, to own up to his actions, to say, I'm so sorry. Like, here's the thing. If he says, I'm sorry, Buffy would be like, I understand. It wasn't you. Mm-hmm. You know, but the fact that he feels like he's okay with just pretending that it didn't happen and just ignoring it, and then Giles going, yeah, it's fine. Like, wink, wink, it's fine. Like, you
got you, buddy.
I got you. It's like, that's so messed up because it's like, we know the gravity of what he attempted to do, and if it was anybody but Buffy, would have likely been successful. So I hate that end of that episode because of that. One of the issues with Xander is that he never has to own up for a lot of the crappy things that he does. In this one, they made it very clear that he had the ability to own up to it, and it wasn't even really his fault, but they still shy away from that, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's definitely a character flaw.
Yeah. So anyway, that was season 1, episode 6, The Pack. Opening thoughts on the episode, Montana.
It wasn't bad. I was a little disappointed there were no vampires in the Vampire Slayer.
That is true. Yeah, there's very few episodes that in the first season, I think, that had no vampires. I guess we can just jump into, we see our list here. This is ranking the episodes that we've had so far. Do you have a thought on where you want to go on tiers with this one? You see there's the best tier, the great tier, the good tier, the forgettable tier, the bad tier, and the worst tier. Do you have an idea of a ballpark area, or are you solid on something?
Yeah, it'd probably be about mediocre.
That's, I think, where I'm thinking as well. I think that there's some good moments in the episode. I think that there's some fun moments. There's a lot of really, I think, messed up stuff, especially towards the end. And then granted, like I said, some of it is you have to accept that it's possession, but it's still a character you really like doing really horrible things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird on that front. But yeah, I think that's where I'm thinking as well, is right in that center mediocre tier. Because of the way the episodes are lined up, a mediocre episode clearly fits at number 4, because we've got the 3 best episodes, a bad episode, and a worst episode. With this one being in the forgettable/mediocre tier, I think that's it'll fall to number 4. I feel like it's really right in the middle.
It really is.
I'm kind of that's the perfect tier for it. I'm not in a spot where it's I think that will fall right around the center. When we get there, it's a season 1 episode. It's very villain of the week. We still don't see any of the main story unfolding, but it's an okay episode. It's got some good things. It's got some bad things. But I think that's probably where we leave it at that. I guess we can jump right into the characters. So, first things first, we have to get Adam out of the way. Adam the student. There's another character named Adam later in the show that's more of a major character, but Adam the student. Well, there's a tier, I think, that is specific for this type of character, and that is the forgettable character tier. I think that's probably where we have to go. He's had, probably less than a minute of screen time. In the first, you didn't see the episode Harvest, but the Harvest. In the Harvest, he has, a really funny moment, because he just kind of pops out looking like a stoner and being like, what did you say? And it's that's sort of funny, but in this episode, he's nothing. I like that they give us continuity, but
that's all I remember.
Yeah, so I think he's the absolute lowest of forgettable, because Dr. Gregory, who is also a similar character, had a really good inspirational speech with Buffy. I bought that more. This character is mostly just a meme for me. Looking at the list here, there's a few characters we didn't see. We got no Cordelia this episode. I just realized that. There's actually a lot of characters that are not in this episode. So we'll just go with the episodes the characters that we did see and see what you think. So we have Buffy in this episode. Right now she's listed as the number 1 character, and she's listed as great. Do you see any reason to change her tier around? What did you think of Buffy in this episode?
I thought she had good points. I wouldn't say she was great, but that's just because I haven't really seen too much of her.
Yeah, no, I was just asking if anything in this episode where you're like, oh gosh, no, I don't understand why Buffy was so high, or anything like that. No, probably you're feeling comfortable leaving her in the great character tier. Rupert Giles. Rupert Giles had some less in this episode than the last episode, but I still rather enjoyed him. What did you think of Giles?
He was good. He was definitely going to get knocked out.
He's been very solid at getting knocked out so far. I think he's been knocked out 3 times in the series so far, and we're on episode 6.
Nice. A solid 50-50.
Yeah, half the episodes. He was knocked out last episode as well. Do you see any reason to move him? Do you think he might... Is there any reason to move him ahead of Buffy, or do you think he stays in great characters?
He could probably stay in the great
character. I think he stays in great as well, but I think that this next one might be where we start to see maybe some movement, because you did seem to really feel something for Willow in this episode. What do we think about Willow? Do we think she maybe gets a tier bump or something like that? Or do you think she's good? She's in good right now at number 3.
Yeah, she definitely gets a tier bump.
I think she could get bumped up to great, and I think she could even move up ahead of some other characters, but I'm willing to hear your thoughts.
I think she should move up above Giles.
I think so too, because Willow's had when Willow's on, she's had some really good moments, and so far, even this early in the show, she's been the one who can pull the most emotion out of you.
Yeah.
I mean, you've literally seen one episode, and you're like, yeah, I'm feeling something, and you feel nothing. Like, you're just a cold, frozen heart.
Soulless guy.
So I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you. You think above? So put her at number 2.
Yeah.
So this is the third straight episode that Xander has been a little shit. He has one good moment in the episode, but I'm interested to see. But here's the thing: we do know he was possessed this episode. You can't fault him for everything. That being said, what are we thinking about Xander based on this episode?
I would put him in the great character.
I hate you.
Not so much for his actions, but just because, like, when he was on, it was good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, since this is a comprehensive list based off of every episode so far, and I take your opinion and my opinion into account, and I was thinking about moving him down to mediocre.
We're leaving him in.
Xander's saying exactly where he was supposed to be. And because I cannot condone that.
I'm not saying I agree with, like, the ending or anything, but yeah, he was an interesting character to follow.
He's staying. The next character. Rest in peace to Principal Bob Flutie, who has been in the forgettable / mediocre tier for a while. Now, you've never seen him before. This has not been his best episode. But I really want to, because I know it's his last episode.
You want to bump him.
I want him to be at the bottom of good. But, I mean, you just saw him. I think you probably don't see a reason to move him up. Or do you?
You can move him up. I liked when he got 8.
Liking how he got eaten. I'll take it. I'll take it. Principal Bob Flutie. I'm keeping him at number 8. I don't think he's bumping ahead of the Master or Xander. But I will move him up to good character tier.
You're welcome, Flutie. You died good.
Wow, in an absolute shocker, this episode has very little recurring characters. Not a single one left. Angel doesn't appear in this episode, which I think continues to justify the fact that he is in the bad character tier. But I think that this is a fair time to say that we are finally, next episode, getting to Season 1, Episode 7, which is titled Angel. So hopefully we can move him up after that episode. I know a lot of my guests who like Angel a lot will be very happy. I mean, obviously you didn't get any Angel, so
no
you don't
Angel.
know. He was in the theme song. But that's it. Okay, well then that brings us to the final thing that we have left. The last thing, and it's always up to you. It's 100% on you. I mean, you can ask me if you want help on it. But we are now, it's time to name the MVP of the episode. It can be a person who has appeared in one episode. It can be a person who is appearing in, multiple episodes. It can be someone that you like they could have very little screen time. They can have a lot of screen time. You get the 100% say, and I really hope you don't go where I think you're going to go with it. Who is the MVP of this episode? Talk it out. Pick whoever you want. Do you have it picked?
I got 2.
You got 2? Well, let's work with it. Let's narrow it down. Who are your 2 candidates?
I'll give you a guess on one of them.
One of them is Xander, I'm sure, is a candidate.
And the other one's Willow.
The other one is Willow? Well, I know which one I would pull for.
You'd pull for Willow.
But I'm leaving it 100% up to you. Willow, we did move up quite a bit, but Xander is someone you wanted to move up, so I'm not going to, pull away from that too much. Xander, we saw, had, dealt with a large possession. It was certainly an episode that focused a lot on him. Actually, a lot on the Willow-Xander relationship and dynamic.
Yeah.
It was a large part of this episode. Willow, really tugging your heartstrings. Xander, really showing how horrible you are as a human. I really want to sway you out of this. This is not going to help, but Willow has been named MVP before. Xander has not received an MVP to this point. I could be lying, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Willow was given the first episode MVP. Xander was not given an MVP.
You know what, buddy? That actually helped me a lot. We're going to go with Xander for this round.
Xander is the MVP of the episode where he tried to assault someone, and he ate a pig.
Dude, I eat pigs all the time.
He just ate a regular defenseless pig alive. This will always have an asterisk next to it. Well, let's see if you ever end up on another episode again.
Bet you I will.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you want to go ahead and hit that like button, it really helps us out a lot. Most importantly, if you want to comment down below your MVP, your lists, I would love to see it. Like I said, spoilers are totally okay down below, and I like to comment and respond to anybody that I see comments on there. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Other than that, I will see you in a couple weeks for Season 1, Episode 7, titled Angel. And hopefully we can see that character grow a bit. Thank you guys so much for joining. Montana, do you have anything you want to plug or anything you want to get out there to the people?
Hi, I'm Montana.
Oh, that's Montana. He's horrible. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and I will see you in a couple weeks. Have a good one.